Whether it is the azan, the early morning call to prayer for Muslims, chiming church bells, or meditative chants and recitation of mantras, Southeast Asia has it all. With a population of more than 600 million, it is ethnically and religiously the most diverse region in the world, with a myriad of languages, customs and practices. Not only is Southeast Asia home to Chinese, Malays, Javanese, Dayak, Filipino, Khmer, Vietnamese, Indians, Thais and Burmese, just to name a few, the region is also home to the world's major religions, Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism and Islam, as well as practitioners of other lesser-known faiths such as Baha'is, Jains, Jews and Zoroastrians.
How amazing is that? So it comes as no surprise that the region has had its fair share of ethnic and religious conflict in the last decades. Welcome to ASEAN Spotlight. In this episode, we explore the diverse demographic makeup of ASEAN. What are the challenges of being so different but living as neighbors?
ASEAN is the fifth largest regional grouping in terms of population size. It was formed in 1967 to promote peace, stability, security and shared prosperity in the region through mutual cooperation. Comprising Brunei, Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, the Philippines, Singapore, Thailand and Vietnam. All 10 member nations are diverse in terms of their economies, cultures, languages and religions. Despite the breadth of diversity in the region, the people of Southeast Asia have been living side by side peacefully with each other for centuries. Only recently in the last decades has this peaceful coexistence been threatened and unsettled by radical ideas for homogenization.
This is because certain trends of thought have come to our societies in the ASEAN region, trends of thoughts which emphasize, or which we want to see, homogenization, uniformization, trends of thoughts that breed the kind of thinking that there is only one correct way, and in that sense you nullify this whole idea of the existence of diversity. And I think this is where unfortunately intolerance comes in, and I like to call it that a certain kind of fundamentalism, has emerged in the region that has affected our way of life, which had been inclusive and even pluralistic.
Besides fostering social integration and togetherness, the implications of religious and ethnic harmony for the continued growth and development of the economy of the region cannot be understated. Given its huge population and resources, ASEAN has the potential to be a global economic powerhouse. Collectively, ASEAN is the 7th largest economy in the world. However, the disparity across member nations and even within member nations is significantly wide.
While individual countries have to contend with such ethnic and even religious-inspired conflict, the region is facing another serious problem: the scourge of terrorism. It is threatening to shatter the fragile coexistence and efforts for the unity of religions in ASEAN.
The recent street bombings in central Jakarta, as well as the discovery of terrorist training camps and cell groups in various locations in the region, brings to the fore the severity of the problem facing ASEAN. However, the coming together of the residents of the Indonesian capital in response to the bombings underscored the importance of religious harmony and unity, as people of all backgrounds rallied in support of and solidarity with each other. calls for unity across racial and religious lines are gradually being heard.
That incident happened in Paris can happen anywhere in the world. So we have to be really careful that we try to treat others as brothers and sisters and do not discriminate anyone. People, the leader should teach their followers really to build this nation as one lovable and as brothers and sisters as one family. So that's important.
Clearly, interfaith dialogue is one of the many pillars that we can put in place to ensure peace in this region. I cannot, and without, being presumptuous, say what other things we could do. But certainly, interfaith dialogue is definitely one of the pillars that is required to ensure that we have peace in this region.
While cooperation and dialogue between leaders of society are essential to set the tone for racial and religious harmony, ordinary citizens can also do their part. The integration of all segments of society in the common spaces is perhaps key to lasting peace and harmony in the region. After the break, we look at the reason why Singapore, one of the most religious diverse countries in the world, does not take peace for granted.